So, cut my hair, y'all. See how it looks. In the last video, I showed y'all how rough I was looking. But like I was telling y'all before, in this video, I am gonna be doing some story time stuff. I'm gonna show you guys or tell you guys about why I joined the Air Force, like what was happening in my life when I decided to join the military. So let's get into it.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I'm ready. Yeah, y'all ready? Look, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
All right, here we go, y'all. So I thought about this. We're gonna call this series, since I'm gonna be doing some story times. I'm gonna make this a series, and I'm gonna call the series "So Boom." You know how when people get ready to tell a story, they're like, "All right, so boom, we was here, and when this happened, that." So we're gonna call this series "So Boom Stories." All right. So for this episode of "So Boom Stories," I'm gonna be talking about why and how I ended up joining the United States Air Force as an MP, aka Security Forces. So first, to preface, we gotta do like a short, quick little introduction. So I got my laptop here. I'm gonna be showing pictures to you guys as I tell these stories. So boom, here I am, born, fresh baby. Look at the fresh sweatsuit with the wooden train. Born in San Bernardino, California, to two very young parents. My mom was my mom was really young. She was about 13, 14 when she had me. And my dad was about 16. So there I am, chubby cheeks, dimples, smiling, happy baby, big forehead shining. Oh man. Okay, so here, boom, there we are. Me and my mom and her first apartment, also in California. Then here we go, growing up a little bit. I don't know how old I was. I think I look like I'm probably like 4 in this picture. Boom, this one, 7th grade. Curls, look at rocking the curls. That was my look, man. Like a lot of my life in middle school, curls was the look for me. Middle school, high school, you could ask anybody when I was growing up, I was always rocking a curl. We hop over to this, boom, shot of me, Little League football. I mean, I don't know, we were pee-wee, you know, whatever you want to call it, but I was in 8th grade in this picture. I believe so. I had to check my reference. 2002. Yeah, I was in 8th grade. Yep. This was 8th grade year. Beast. I was a beast. Then high school. This is freshman year high school. Track team. I never lost a race. I lost a race once. My first race that I lost was actually to my own teammate who was an upperclassman. He was just faster than me. All right, now we get to what I was trying to lead up to start off. So boom, there I am, graduating high school. In this picture you can see me and my mom look very emotional. And now what you're looking at here is not just the emotions of somebody graduating high school, but you're looking at somebody who graduated by the skin of their teeth, okay? And like, I'm gonna always keep it real with y'all. I'm never gonna try to paint a picture to be something that I'm not, or I'm just gonna always keep it 100 with y'all. So I graduated high school with the skin of my teeth, and I literally was down to one class that I needed to pass, my math class. I was there all day taking tests. The teachers trying to, fix certain grades as far as like homework assignments and things. I sucked in math, y'all, and it really was because I just wasn't applying myself. I defeated myself in the mind as far as math goes. I just was like, I don't like math. Math doesn't like me, and I just couldn't get past it because my mind was so shut off to it. But when I came to this, y'all, I was at her class all day long, retaking tests, and I still wasn't able to. It was me and a couple other people. We still weren't able to get our grade high enough. It came down to just me and one other guy. And I'm sitting here like, I can't not graduate. Like, this is the only thing keeping me from walking across the stage. All my other classes I'm good in. So I made a deal with her because she was getting ready to leave the school. And I said, there's got to be something that I can do, some extra credit. I can help you with something, anything to help me pass so that I can graduate. I just could not let my mom down. And she found it in a deep, dark spot in her heart that she was gonna allow me to help her move stuff from her classroom to her car and give me extra credit for that and pass me. So you guys don't understand. Like, I was at the point where I didn't have my mind set on college. I wasn't thinking about college. I wanted to go to college just like everybody, but I just couldn't focus. I couldn't put any focus there because I needed to graduate high school. And this was leading up to graduate high school. Like, I was dealing with this pressure that I have to graduate. My main focus was graduating high school, and I didn't want to think beyond that. I just needed to get that done. So boom, I graduated. Happiest day of my life, happiest day of my mom's life. The summer's here. The end of the summer, I go through the whole summer. End of the summer's here now. And my mom is like most parents. She's like,
listen, you're done with high school. If you're gonna live under my roof, you're gonna do one of two things. You're either gonna go to college or you're gonna get a job.
now I wanted to go to college, but honestly, we didn't have the means. I didn't know how to go about going to college, and I didn't even want to put the pressure on my mom to have her pay for me to go to college. I didn't really have any direction. Following her saying, you're gonna get a job or you're gonna go to college, she also told me, Walmart is hiring. You need to get on the bus and go down to Walmart and apply. So I skipped a whole bunch of stuff. I'm from California, but we ended up moving to Seattle, and then from Seattle to Georgia. So I finished high school in Georgia. So anyways, in Georgia, I'm going down the street to apply to Walmart. As I'm walking across the parking lot, 18-year-old, just graduated high school, a car rolls up next to me. A guy in the car rolls down his passenger side window. He says, "Hey young man, where you headed?" Now when I looked in the car, I could see that this guy was a military guy. He had a military uniform on. I didn't know who he was, but I knew he was a military guy, and he was asking me where I was going. I said, I'm going inside Walmart to fill out a job application. He said, well, you got a second? You want to talk to me for a second? I was like, sure. Now, out of respect, because I had a respect for military members, out of respect, I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, go ahead, man, you can sit in the car. So I sat in the car, and he started asking me about myself. And I obviously knew where he was going with his, agenda. I knew he was a recruiter, and he was getting ready to talk to me about potentially joining the military. So he started asking me questions. So boom, this recruiter is hitting all the major key points. College paid for, career, not a job, traveling the world, like just the support and backing of the military. He had me intrigued. And so I went home. We exchanged information. So I went home and told my Mom, I think I'm gonna join the military. Now, initially my mom was shocked because, like, even myself, I was shocked myself that I was even contemplating or considering this, because prior to, I was just like everyone else who thought of the military as like, I'm not about to join the military and go die somewhere. That's what I equated, with the military. But at this time, I guess because my mind was more open to the direction of my life. So then I told the recruiter, let's do it. So he brought me into the office. I ended up going to MEPS and taking the ASVAB under the Navy. Got my test scores. It was like, scores are good. They're good. You can definitely get in. You can get a job, the job that you want. It wasn't like the pick of the litter. I couldn't just pick any job. But it was like I had a good amount of jobs that I qualified for. And those of you that know things about the ASVAB, like you score well in certain categories, and it helps to determine what types of jobs you'll be eligible for. So I didn't know what I was interested in at the time. I was just open. My mind was just open. So I'm asking the Navy recruiter a lot of questions, about what I would be doing, what kind of jobs are available. And he was describing these jobs, and he was talking to me about things in such a vague manner, but highlighting all of the, I guess, the good things that would get people excited. Like he was talking about traveling. He was talking about how I could go overseas and buy shoes that would normally be expensive here, very cheap over there. He was talking about partying and just certain things. But my mind was so dead set on, but what will I be doing? Like, all that is good, all that sounds great, but what will I be doing? And literally, you have to think, I had no idea what military people actually do. Like a day-to-day job, what do they do? I mean, you know about the military movies where you got people running and gunning, shooting, and explosion stuff going around. But what do they do on a regular, everyday basis for their job? So I didn't feel like I was getting those answers. I wasn't comfortable. And my girlfriend's mom ended up telling me to look into the Air Force. She said, look at the Air Force. Your score was really good. You're a smart kid. She was like, look at the Air Force. They're very family oriented and they're a good branch. So in the same building, right across the hallway, was an Air Force recruiter. So I just walked over there one day and walked in and said, hey, I want to talk to somebody about joining the Air Force. And he said, yeah, it was like very chill, relaxed office. It was very different than the Navy office. The Navy office, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of people, in there. But in the Air Force office, it was like 2 people in there that were chill, very relaxed. I said, yeah, so have you taken the ASVAB? I told him I took the ASVAB, gave my scores and everything. He was like, oh, okay. I said, so what are you interested in doing? I said, I'm actually interested in becoming a cop. Because at the time, that did become something that I was interested in and I was looking up. Because my dream had always been to become a detective and, do big, like, drug. This is my mentality. I wanted to be like Mike Larry on Bad Boys. So I was like, I knew I would have to do some time as a cop before I could be, like a beat cop before I could become or apply to do detective work. So I told him that. He said, yeah. So we got security forces is what it's called for us. It's military police. Blah, blah, blah. He's telling me all about it. So after he tells me about it, I'm looking up on airforce.com, like the job videos. I'm watching them over and over again. I'm looking up any and everything I could watch pertaining to that job. I was so excited when I seen it. I saw them, you know, the canine handlers. I saw them riding around in patrol cars. They had a beret on. You know, of course, the military uniform. They're carrying a gun. Like, I was like, this is it. This is amazing. They even had videos, you know, showing people in training, like rappelling out of helicopters, doing squad movements and things like that. Like, I was excited to become a security forces member. So that's what I decided to do. I was like, I am gonna do that. I want to do that right there. So, boom. I signed the papers, went through MEPS, rose my right hand, did my oath, and I shipped out to basic. Here's a picture of me. I think I was 19 years old in the Air Force. Look at that clean shaven face, man. So I'm gonna end the story right there, because basic training and that whole experience would be a whole nother story. That's my story on how I ended up joining the Air Force. Listen, y'all, if you are new to this channel, thank you so much for watching my video. If you would, I have a goal that I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and by the end of the year, I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers. So if you enjoyed this story and you enjoy any other content on my channel and look forward to seeing more from me, please hit subscribe and like this video, and also share it with somebody who you think might actually like this content. And I appreciate that greatly. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching.